Scott Wilkinson from UltimateAVMag.com. We're in the DTS booth, and I'm speaking with Fred Marr, a consultant to DTS and a sound production specialist who's going to tell us all about the new thing from DTS called Neo X.
Yeah, Neo X is it's actually a post-processing technology that can enhance existing 7.1 mixes and bring them to 11.1 by taking certain cues out of from the audio. We can create height and extra width, but we can also, if you're using like a best practices type of methodology, I've actually done mixes in discrete 11.1, and then we do like a little, like kind of a down mix. I wouldn't call it an encode necessarily because there's no tools involved with it. You just simply do it within your digital audio workstation. So I can create my 11.1 mix and then take the height elements and the wide elements and put them in very specific positions so that when it's filtered, when it hits the Neo X decoder, it puts them in exactly the right spots with surprising clarity and discreteness.
So when you're down mixing from 11 to 7, you're not folding, you are sort of folding those height and width channels in.
Yeah, it's kind of a fold down, but
it's not really a matrixing though.
No, it's not, no.
And then when it hits the, as you say, the Neo X decoder, it folds back out, unfolds I should say.
Yeah, yeah.
And then if you feed Neo X, this is the new algorithm, 7.1 or 5.1 or even 2 channel, it will expand that synthetically out to as many as 11.1.
Correct, exactly right, yeah.
Now, who in their right mind would put 11 speakers in their house?
Well, I'd love to do it, and I'm sure everybody would love to do it. But we think part of it is just pushing the home theater experience as far as we possibly can and learn from that. I like to think of it as almost like, Formula One racing. Why does, Honda and Toyota and all these car companies put millions and millions and millions of dollars into Formula One cars that you and I are never going to drive? Because they invent stuff from it. We got anti-lock brakes, paddle shifting, like all these incredible technologies from pushing technology so far. So that's why we do it. That's what motivates us to begin with. And then we try to figure out ways of recreating that wonderful experience for regular people like us.
Who maybe don't have 11 speakers in our house.
Maybe don't have 11 speakers, yeah.
So what was your involvement specifically with the development of Neo X?
Well, I'm not a coder or anything like that. Again,
no, you're a sound mixer engineer.
I'm an audio guy. I came from making records. I was a producer for many years. Made a lot of records in stereo. Actually, some of which I've gone back and remixed in surround, which is fun. So they kind of just, because I'm a mixer, engineer, producer, the guys at DTS just said, here, try this. And that's basically my involvement, is like kind of sort of taking it from the sort of artistic perspective, like what would I put where? And I'm sorry to say that just like going from stereo to 5.1, you never want to go back. 5.1 to 7.1, you never want to go back. And here we are with 11.1, and particularly the heights are it's astounding. Like, I'm a drummer originally, so one of the first things I did in our lovely mixing listening room that has all these speakers in it was I took some drums and put the cymbals here and here, and put the overheads up there, and it sounded, completely natural and enveloping, sort of as if you were in the drummer position. So yeah, there's a lot of.
So I guess we're like at the beginning of multi-channel music. Where engineers are going to they can choose to get used to now not mixing only in 7, but in 11. Do you envision it going even farther?
Sure.
Why not?
And the reason I say that, it's interesting because the main DTS codec itself, I don't even know if there's a limit to the number of channels.
At dinner the other night, I was talking with the COO, who said that it was at least 2,000 channels and probably more than that.
Yeah, it's some insane amount. So it's there if we want to do it. And who knows what's coming, in the future.
Well, it's always fun to speculate and to see what's about around the corner. And for DTS, that's Neo X. Thanks, Fred.